Hello, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. My name is Rob Fremland, and I'm going to be your instructor. This is a welcome video for Chemistry 152 in the spring of 2021. The class meets Mondays, and the rest of it is online. So what I want to do, other than welcoming you, is I want to go over the course syllabus and the website. So let me go ahead and do that. Let me go to a screen share. Let's share the whole desktop here. All right, so let's minimize that. So this course, let's look at the syllabus first. This course is a introductory chemistry course for STEM majors, basically. So the idea of this course is that you've never taken chemistry before, and yet you need to take General Chem. General Chem is Chem 200 at Mesa. General Chem is a one-year course. So if you're an allied health major, a lot of the allied health majors require Chem 100. If you're not even a science major at all, like a liberal arts major, Chem 111 is really more for what you need to do. If you've already taken a good chemistry course and you think you can go right into Chem 200, you should contact admissions, and there is a challenge exam. That being said, let me go through this course. I just want to make sure you're in the right course. All right, so you can read the course description. I assume you can do math. So when I say it's just algebra from here, that should not freak you out. All right, course objectives you can read for yourself. The textbook for this course is, let me dig it up in my pile here. There's several different iterations. You can see this is the hardcover version of it. You can get a soft cover, you can get an electronic copy. I don't really care, but you definitely want to have the textbook. You can use an older edition as well. It doesn't really matter. All right. A lot of the material is going to be online, but I do expect that you have a textbook and that you read it. All right. In addition, because this is an online course, we're never going to meet in the same room at the same time. Make sure you have reliable internet and a means to convert documents to PDFs, because I'm going to have you upload some documents here and there, homework assignments and stuff, and I'll talk about that later. And access to a printer is not a bad idea. All right, office hours. I'm going to have office hours via Zoom, Mondays and Wednesdays from 10 to 12, and Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 to 11. I can be reached at other times as well, but you need to send me an email, and this is my email. As far as Zoom goes, this is the link to Zoom, and the password is 791006. All right, attendance and withdrawal. As I said, it's an online course, but we are going to meet every Monday, or most Mondays, I should say, from 8 to 9:25, and I do want you there on Zoom at that time. We're going to do a lot of in-class activities during that window of time, and so it's very important that you are available at that time, and I want you on Zoom. That's also when we're going to have the exams. Now, as far as your video, I don't care if your video is on, except I do want your video on for exams. So any other in-class session video on is optional, but for exams, it's imperative. All right. Last day to drop is the 16th. Don't ever assume that I'm going to drop or anyone's going to drop you if you stop showing up. Make sure that if you decide to drop the class, then make sure you indeed drop the class. All right, so let me go through the Canvas site. That's right here. Okay, this is the Canvas site for this course. So the course is broken up into modules, and basically every module is a whole set of materials. So I'll just show you two of them. This is the welcome one. This is where the video is that I'm doing right now. So you can look at that again. This is a link to your syllabus. This is a lecture schedule. If I pull this up real quick, let's see what it looks like. Give it just a second here. It's basically, it's a copy of an Excel file, and it just says each week what we'll be doing and the sections in the textbook that will be covered that week. All right, so I will send an announcement each week on Canvas to remind you of what you should be covering, which slides you should be going over, and all that good stuff. Just to remind you, this is a link to the Zoom account. Student Services at Mesa has a lot of very helpful information, so not a bad idea to check that out. They have a lot of services. If you have disabilities, if you have questions about counseling office or career choices, any number of things. This is the academic honesty statement. Online, there's a few more issues with that, so I want you to read that and sign it, and this will be your first upload. So ASAP, read this, print it, sign it, and then upload it as a PDF right here. Right. just to show you what the rest of the course is going to look like, each module is going to have basically lecture, which is a bunch of PowerPoints, and then there'll be videos that cover that lecture. And the videos are me going through the slides. So because these are YouTube videos, feel free to hit pause and go through the slides. I recommend you have the slides open in PowerPoint so you can scroll between them. And then the video is me lecturing over the slides, and it's the same slides. Sometimes there may be a little bit of a change, but I didn't make it in the video. So sometimes the slides may have a little different one, but not significant. But you can hit pause at any time. And there will be times in the videos where I say, now's a good time to hit pause and try something on your own. Right? Then there'll be homework assignments, videos and stuff like that. This is an in-class activity, homework assignments, and so on and so forth. And then there's a review for an exam and the exam itself. So I'll talk about each of those things separately, but this is how the website is structured. These are just other modules. A couple other things that are in the website. After you do homework, I will post homework keys. You can see none of these are published. And these are the worked out answers to homeworks. In addition, way down here, I have exam keys, and these are the actual answer keys to the exams I gave last semester. So you could certainly look at these and use these to prepare for the exam this semester. I'm not using the same exams, of course, but it's the same person writing a test over the same material, so it's going to be similar. Now, of course, you'll take the exams through Canvas, so they're the same types of questions, but they're going to look different in Canvas just because structurally they'll be spaced out. But these are literally the exams I gave last semester. And I will leave these up until when you take your exam 1 and I've graded it, I will take this one down and I'll post the answer key to your exam 1. That way you can look at and see what the right answers were, and that'll help you prepare for the final. Right? So all that stuff's going to be available. I'll make the modules available as we get close. So the second module, I won't make it available until we get close to that time. All right, so that takes care of the material. Let me talk about the grading. So we're going to have in-class activities. So I'm not going to lecture in class. The Zoom class meetings will not be lectures. I'm assuming that you went over the lectures and watched the videos and looked at the slides. What we will have will be in-class activities, and these will be most Mondays. Sometimes we won't have one, but if we don't have an exam, and basically it's going to be a worksheet. And so you'll come into class at 8 o'clock. I will open up the worksheet. You guys can work. I'll break you into breakout rooms through Zoom, and then you can go ahead and work on the worksheet. I'll move through the breakout rooms, and then with about 20 minutes or so at the end of class, I'll go through them. I'll go through the answers. Now, the way I do this for these activities, again, this is at the same time that I'm there, only on Mondays, and you see each date that they're available. You don't have to have your video on. It's nice if you do, but it's not necessary. You can work together on these. The way I grade these, there are 3 points. If you do half the problems or so, I'll give you 1 point. If you do all the problems, I'll give you 2 points. And of course, 1 point is for actually being on Zoom. The way this will count on your grade is if you are a borderline grade. So if you are 1% below the next grade at the end of the semester, and you've earned 2/3 of the points for these in-class activities, I will bump you to a higher grade. So there's going to be 9 of these, so you're going to need 18 points to get bumped up. All right, homework. All the homework will be done through Canvas. If I open up one of these, you can see it. All right, so the homework assignments are going to be a list of questions like this. All right, and there's some book questions, and depending on which edition of the book you have, I only go back to the 5th. I want you to answer these questions. Then there are also going to be questions, and then you're going to upload these just to show you. If you look at, say here, okay, this is going to be what you'll also answer in Canvas. And you can see in Canvas, the first thing is to upload the PDF of all of the questions. These questions here are some of the questions that are actually on the written homework. So those ones you would just answer, you can just answer here. But I do want you to do all of them, all right? There's due dates on this stuff. Now, the way I grade these is I'm going to grade all of them. They're worth 10 points. If you do all the homework and at least give it a go, you're going to get 5 of them. And then the other 5 points are the ones that Canvas is going to grade, or I will grade on Canvas. and that's the other 5. They're out of 10. There are 14 of them. The best 13 will count towards your final grade, and the homework is 10% of the grade. All right, exams. There are going to be 4 midterm exams and a final. The midterms will be done during the synchronous meetings from 8 to 9:25 on Mondays. All right, that's the only time that they're going to be available. I want you logged in on Zoom with your camera on for these. All right, and then you're just going to go ahead and you're going to work through on Canvas. Now, you're not allowed to look stuff up on the internet. I do expect you have a periodic table. So the only thing that would actually be cheating in this class is looking stuff up from each other or on alternate resources like your textbook or on the internet during an exam. So just don't do that. It's not something you want to be doing. You're taking this class because you're going to take another class. You're going to be expected to know this information. All right, so you'll have that window of time. In addition, I want you to have some scratch paper. You're going to hear dogs barking occasionally during Zoom sessions, by the way. I want you to have some scratch paper. So any question that is actual problem solving, I want you to work it out on the scratch paper. And then typically the last question on the exam is please upload the scratch paper. That's your opportunity for partial credit. So you put your answer in Canvas and it might be wrong, but all you did is you forgot to multiply by 2 or something. And when I see it on the scratch paper, I can say, oh, I see what you did. And you'll get 8 out of 10 or whatever. That's where you get partial credit. In addition, if it's a problem, problem solving, and there is not accompanying work, even if you get the answer right, I'm going to give you a 0. So I want you to do the work on some scratch paper. All right, so make sure you do that. Have some scratch paper available. A calculator is also a good idea. Right. As I said, I will post exam keys after the exams are over. The old exams are posted. All right. So true, false, multiple choice do not need to be on the scratch paper. Again, you can read through all this stuff. Makeup exams are hard to do, but let me know. And I do need to hear from you before the exam. If something comes up that you can't attend, and just shoot me an email. All right. And if you come late to an exam, you're just going to have less time. So, just, make sure you're there on those days. Now, final exam is going to be, because of the timing and we only meet synchronously on Mondays, I can't really do the final that way. So the final, you're going to have a little bit bigger window of time. It's still the same rules though. You won't have to be on Zoom, but you're still not going to be looking stuff up. It'll be available on May 26th. It'll be due on Friday, May 28th. But once you start it, you only have that normal amount of time, but there's a window in which you can do it. All right, so grading is going to be like this. There's, as I said, 14 homeworks, 13 of them will count. There's 4 exams, 4 regular exams, 3 of them will count. Even if you got 100 on everything, you're still taking the final, so I will not throw out the final. And then the final grade, 90% of it is the exams, 10% is the homework. This is how it's calculated, and then these are the percentages. All right, so that's how the grading is going to be done. And again, if you're within 1%, so say you ended up with an 84%, but you've done the in-class activities and gotten most of the points, I will raise you to the next grade. I had a couple students that worked out that way last semester. All right, as far as disabilities go, if you have any type of a disability, I do need to know about it. So I can't help you if I'm not aware, so just shoot me an email. This stuff, student success, this is good advice. You can read this on your own, but let me spend a minute or two on it. So for most of you, I'm assuming you've never taken chemistry before, and chemistry is a challenging course. So, what I would say first is anything you've done in the past that has made you a successful student, I would say keep doing that. Anything you've done in the past that didn't work out so well, don't do that anymore. The most important thing is time management. Make sure you give yourself enough time for this class. So it's online, so you can work on it at 3 in the morning. Obviously, I'm only going to be on Zoom during certain windows of time and be available to help you with stuff. But you can certainly ask me questions during office hours. I had every semester I have a student when we were face-to-face would literally come in my office and do their homework in my office. I had a couple of students last semester would just do their homework during my office hours and would be able to ask me questions. All right. But make sure you give yourself enough time. All right. Managing time, read the textbook. Very good idea. Right. I didn't just pick this textbook out of the blue. You saw that there's book questions also for the homework. All right. Participating in the Monday sessions are very important. Taking notes, very important, right? You can try to, make friends on Zoom and, go ahead and form some study groups, keeping up, doing the homework, and please, please, please ask me questions, right? There is a temptation in online courses to, look things up on the internet and cheat, for lack of a better term. And it's not, in the long run, it doesn't help. So, it might help you in the short run on a homework question, but really homework, of course, you can look things up, but I would look in your notes first, textbook second. Internet is the last place you should be looking for this class. And it's just because the nature of the internet, there's gold on it and there's a lot of crap on there. And at this level, it's hard for you to tell them apart. So it's much better to use the resources I'm giving you. All right. So make sure you understand this. Okay, and there's a schedule for the class. I may make changes, but I will let you know. As I said, my intention is every Sunday evening, sometime on Sunday, I'm going to send out an announcement, and the announcement will be a reminder of what things you should be working on that week, what is due. And so I'm going to try to keep doing that. All right, that's pretty much everything I wanted to go through for this. So that's it. I'm looking forward to working with you and seeing some of you on office hours, and seeing you on Monday. The first day of class is February 1st. So I'll see you then. Bye.